Welcome to Season 5 of My Wife the Dietitian, a fun, evidence-based weekly podcast about nutrition and healthy living. On today's show, we're looking at how snacks affect weight loss. Should you be avoiding those snacks, or is it actually helpful? Stick around and find out. Enjoying the show? You can help others find it and enjoy it too by giving us a 5-star rating or review. If you feel like reaching out to us with a question or comment, you can send us an email at mywifetherd@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit our website at mywifethedietitian.com, as well as our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy the show. Welcome to My Wife the Dietitian. Hello, Sandra.
Hi, Rob.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. We have a question from a listener.
Again.
Yes, it's a good one because it kind of is about snacking and meals and if people should snack. So I'm just going to read the question.
Sure. Okay.
Let's just dive right in here.
Let's get on to it.
All right. She says, I tried intermittent fasting. It didn't work for me. I didn't have much energy in the morning and I felt hungry before lunch. I ended up having insatiable cravings at night and couldn't feel satisfied. I ended up like eating all night before bed. Just, like
catching up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense. I guess, I mean, it's...
Or I don't know about catching up. She just was so hungry. She just ate a lot at night.
Yeah, seems logical.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, what should I do instead? Or
That's just the first part. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
This is the question. Should I be snacking at all, or does snacking make weight gain and hormone issues worse?
It's kind of that classic question. If you're trying to lose weight, it's like you think food is evil, and you think food is like the enemy, and you shouldn't be. You should be trying to minimize how much you're putting in your body, but really, the opposite, I'm guessing, is probably true, right?
Right.
But I get it. It's like if you want to lose weight, I should eat less. I should be putting less in me if I'm trying to make me smaller.
Right. And then that comes the, restriction, limiting, food rules.
Yeah, you start to question what you're eating.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you end up like thinking about food much more and you are restricting. So then usually what happens is you end up saying, oh, and just like way going on overboard the other way.
Yeah. And then you feel guilty.
Right.
And it's this whole cycle.
It totally is. Yeah.
And then you read the magazine or you see the Instagram post about this new thing that's come along and it's, oh, that sounds good. I'm going to try that instead.
Right.
And then it starts all over again in a new direction.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. And it's really frustrating. It's hard for people to know what to do. And, part of the question is, do I need snacks if I eat balanced meals? Good question, and we know that 25% of overall calorie intake in the day comes from snacks generally from people. But the research, it's interesting. It kind of shows that snacking can be helpful. There was a 1989 study in the New England Journal of Medicine, and they looked at nibbling versus gorging. And it actually showed that the people who were nibbling through the day and having snacks, they ended up not having that like that
voracious, like I'm just going to eat everything in sight kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Right. I hear you.
Yeah. And it actually showed that their HDL levels were better and it helped with their triglyceride levels. So those are linked with diabetes. So people that have high triglycerides can also have high fasting blood sugar and high blood sugars, hemoglobin A1C. And so snacking for some people could actually be helpful for preventing blood sugar spikes and preventing overeating. But it's a tricky thing. It's like, what are you snacking on and when are you snacking? Because there's also studies that show that people who snack later in the day, and it's quite common actually. Yeah, 64% of Americans snack between 8 p.m. and midnight.
64.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know. That's a lot, eh? I think it's more common to snack at night.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, you finish dinner and you have a little something after, and, I get that.
But I think part of the problem is a lot of times it's while you're doing something else, like watching a movie or scrolling, or it's out of a habit or
Hmm.
boredom. It's
It's,
kind of mindless.
yeah, it's the combination of things. It's like you can't sit down and watch a movie without food. They go hand in hand. Even though you just finished dinner, it just feels like, oh, I need something to eat.
Oh yeah, and I want to do one on the movie popcorn. I heard a interesting stat about that. We'll do another episode,
Yeah,
maybe on
yeah.
our nutrition nuggets
All
next.
right.
But the thing is, the body handles food differently at night because of our circadian rhythms. We
Mm-hmm.
talked about this before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so our insulin sensitivity is lower, and when we're eating at night, calories are more likely to be stored than used because you're not moving much,
True.
right?
Yeah.
And then if you're looking to try to manage your weight better,
Mm-hmm.
it's a tricky thing because you're probably going to have excess calories, right? If you're going to be eating at night.
Oh, absolutely.
So it really depends on the type of food and when you're eating. So the listener question was if she should have snacks. And I suggest definitely it's a good opportunity to get something that we're missing in our meals. Like, do you know what most people are missing in a lot of their day?
Fiber,
Yes.
calcium.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fruit is not something typically people add to their lunch or dinner.
No, you mean like to their plate?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, I mean, some people do, but a lot of people are not getting enough fruit and definitely vegetables. We know that. So, these snacks are a good opportunity to get like a calcium rich snack or some fruit in there. So, it definitely makes sense. And if it helps reduce that hunger of like that insatiable, like kind of, we've talked about that hunger scale,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to be too low or too high. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't want to be like hangry or like, oh my God, I'm going to eat my arm off. I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
Because then what happens?
Well, then you eat everything in sight.
That's right.
You
And
overeat.
exactly.
Yeah.
You probably just like, almost gorge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a snack can really help your hunger until the next meal.
That's the whole idea. Like if you think of school and say grade 3, the school day is very structured. Everything's by the bell and certain times and everything. And their snack time is set at a certain time for a certain reason. It's because they know that like a couple hours after lunch, kids are going to be hungry and they're going to start losing, their attention span, and they're going to start acting out. And so that'd be a good time to like give them a snack.
Yeah.
Change things up a bit, and then they're good to go for another hour or whatever after snack time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't do that most people aren't as structured as you are in school. And I'm not saying that we should be, but there is a benefit to having that structure where it's like, okay, it's 9:30, I'm going to have my snack. Okay, now it's 11, I'm going to have this. And do you know what I mean? Our bodies would probably perform better if we were that structured, but most of us aren't. So then we end up, like you said, having a huge snack at 4:30 in the afternoon because we're starving. And then we eat dinner at 6. And yeah, it doesn't always work out as planned.
Yeah, it's kind of like that roller coaster. And it's so interesting that you said that because a lot of the clients that I talk to say that during the week, like a work week, things are pretty stable, pretty predictable, routine. They have a good schedule. They're eating their 3 meals and 1 or 2 snacks, and things are good. They don't have like that feeling of like out of control hunger kind of feeling. But it's kind of the weekend when things are a little bit less structured, I guess.
Sure, of course.
And we actually talked about that after summer. Because I think, when families are trying to get, herding the cats
Hmm.
after the summer holidays and like,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
we're getting back to school now. It's kind of like, routine and structure and schedules. And it is, I mean, our body has the circadian rhythm is so important. And our body likes structure and predictability.
Hmm.
So the more we can be like consistent with when we're eating our meals, snacks, our exercise, our sleep habits, like those things are all super important for overall health.
They totally are. Yeah. And it takes a little bit of getting into the routine. So I mean, you might think, oh, I started going to bed at 9 o'clock every night, but it doesn't seem to be making a difference. And maybe you just didn't do it long enough, like things don't happen overnight as far as routine and habit change, and your body getting used to a new routine and a new sort of rhythm. It
Hmm.
takes some time, but it will kick in, and it is good. Your body will reward you by sort of acting the way you want it to.
Yeah, well, just like having more energy, feeling less kind of foggy thinking, just more stability with like your hormones and how you're feeling.
Hmm.
And
There's nothing like waking up and having like the best sleep of your life. It's just like you feel like $1,000,000 and your whole
hmm
day is awesome
well, that's
because you had a
right.
great sleep. So it's like, oh, why can't I do that every night? And you can. You just kind of gotta force yourself a little bit with setting up some of that structure and understanding what it is that made your sleep so good. Because for a lot of us, it's a mystery. It's like I slept really well last night, but I don't know why. Like I don't know what I
Right.
did different. I do the same thing every night, but for some reason, last night was amazing.
Right. And we know like eating late at night
Hmm.
before bed, it disrupts your sleep.
Hmm.
It causes indigestion for some people, heartburn. It can actually affect your blood sugars and cause spikes in the blood sugars. And also, that all affects your sleep quality.
Yeah,
So, and then what happens when you don't have a good night's sleep? Guess what? Your appetite's affected the next day. Like
yeah,
you get like those feelings of cravings and like you need comfort food almost, right?
true. Yeah, because your mood's affected too, and that influences what you eat or what you choose to eat, and
It's that vicious cycle.
it
And
really is.
it's like those shift workers I feel so bad for because that is kind of their life, right? Like of, working all night and then sleeping in the day and their, gut gets so confused because really we're not supposed to be eating in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
and it's like I see so many clients who have IBS or digestive issues from working shift work for so many years.
Hmm. Yeah, and especially the ones where it's a different shift all the time. Sometimes it's a night shift, sometimes it's day shift, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's all over the map. How do you establish a rhythm then? That's tricky.
That's right. We did an episode. Remember, we talked to Jacob Hansen. We'll put that in the show notes about shift work and how to eat,
Yeah.
like just ways to.
And then shift work in the sky
Oh,
too.
yeah, with
Remember that?
the flight attendant.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
WestJet
Nikki.
flight attendant. That was a funny one and just eye-opening too. It's like some crazy stuff that people do.
Yeah, just stealing the peanut butters from the restaurant so they can like lick out the peanut butter on like a 2-second break in the
Hmm.
back when the people are eating. That was so funny. A total um, visual image of that in my
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, she was funny.
That was awesome. Yeah. So I think the basically if the snacks are high quality, the frequency of eating snacks, like it doesn't actually matter too much, like how many snacks you're having, if they're good quality, and then, if they're not affecting your meal too much. But if the snacks are low quality, then if you're eating often, if you're grabbing the bag of chips and then the pretzels and then the pastry, and those are your snacks, which a lot of times that's what people are eating are those packaged ultra processed foods for snacks. So that is not going to be helpful for if you're looking at trying to improve your health and managing your weight.
Mm-hmm. Is there something about choosing salty sometimes? Like, is there a reason that, because that's my go-to, especially late afternoon, I want something salty, like chips or crackers. And I have changed to like having it with something healthy, you know, like some crackers with pepper on it or hummus or whatever, you know, it's not just a junk food kind of binge, but it is the salt that I'm craving for some reason.
Yeah. Well, that's perfect that you're choosing like the cracker then. Like if that's what your body wants at that point. And I mean,
but is there a reason why? Is that just my body, or is there something that I'm not getting before in the day that's making me crave salt?
no, not necessarily.
Okay, so it's just my independent kind of, or my individual.
I think you're one of probably 8 billion.
Yeah, oh, I know. I'm not alone for sure.
No, it's pretty common, honey. Yeah. A lot of people get cravings for sweets, for salt.
Well, I get both,
crunchy,
but different times of day.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's why we have that little fridge magnet from the Craving Change course. Is this mouth hunger, stomach hunger, or heart hunger? Just to kind of get more mindful around why we're eating. And, you know, is it boredom? Is it stress? A lot of people, you know, stress eat. Everybody does. We all do. We all eat for a variety of different reasons. Plus, remember, we're feeding our gut bugs. So do you remember the t-shirt that said, "My gut bugs made me eat this"?
Oh, that's why you're eating.
You have cravings.
Oh, right. Because you're craving what your gut is asking you to eat or something. Or that's what the joke is.
Well, it's kind of like it just demonstrates that it's not actually like your body that craves it. It's like the gut bugs that are living in your gut that want to thrive. They want to keep living. So they need to eat the things that
they need to
grow.
But sometimes those gut bugs aren't healthy gut bugs.
Right.
So they're
Remember the supersize me?
They're craving junk.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is something to it.
Could be.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
There's lots. Yeah. Yeah. So basically eating between meals, it's beneficial if the snacks are good quality, like healthy snacks, maybe some fiber, some fruit, some calcium-rich snacks that it can help regulate blood sugar levels for people. It can help boost energy levels. And there is that gene variant. So some people have a variant in their genome that actually they are more likely to eat between meals. They have this snacking gene, like an eating between meals gene. Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So that will drive people to eat between meals too.
All sorts of reasons.
So it's about choosing the, you know, good quality snacks and also timing of snacks, right? So we discussed all about if you eat late at night, that's not going to be super helpful. But if you're eating, you know, mid-morning, mid-afternoon, those kind of snacks. And then if you do have an early dinner, maybe like 4:30 for whatever reason, snacking, you know, before bed, you know, at some point, a couple hours before bed would probably be helpful.
Yeah. And something else too that I know you've mentioned is eating a big breakfast. Like, what do you say? You eat like a
king
in the morning. Yeah. So have a big breakfast, eat like a popper at lunch.
No, Prince.
A Prince at lunch and a popper at dinner.
Yeah.
So basically big breakfast, medium lunch, light dinner.
You got it.
And yeah, I find that we've kind of been doing that a lot lately. And by the time dinner rolls around, I'm like, I'm not really that hungry because I've eaten so much food throughout the day that I don't need a big, huge dinner.
Yeah.
And so a light dinner is fine. But, you know, I think for a lot of people, dinner is the primary meal of the day. And it's like the big focus is on what's for dinner. And this big dinner's been prepared. And you feel like you have to eat it all. And then we end up overeating because we need to finish what we made for dinner sometimes. And then, you know, it is almost like there's too much food that we need to eat during the day. If you have to eat your 3 meals and your snacks, and then you have to think about all the different, you know, your macros and your micros and all the things that we're told we have to eat throughout the day. it can get complex and confusing for people to, and that might be another reason why people eat. It's because, well, I haven't had enough protein today. I need to eat more. Or I haven't had enough, whatever, greens today. I'm supposed to eat greens every day. And do you know what I mean? Like there's so many messages telling us to eat.
And you think of the farmers, where they get up, they have a big, remember we watched Yellowstone?
Oh yeah. They had a big, huge breakfast and
then they work all day.
Yeah.
They don't stop and they eat a huge dinner and then they fall asleep.
Yeah, right.
So it is really individual, right? And as I mentioned before, the body handles food differently at night. So your insulin sensitivity is lower. And so the calories are more likely to be stored than to be used if you're eating a big dinner and then going to sleep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah. So hopefully that helped answer the listener question. And we'll we'll put in the show notes all about those different episodes we mentioned, plus the healthy snacking episode 182 and high protein, low carbohydrate snacks, nutrition nuggets 32, plus the shift work ones, because it's so interesting to revisit the challenges of shift work and staying healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's good to have some good ideas too about what to snack on. So make sure you have a look at those episodes that we'll mention in the show notes, because we do a few episodes and the whole episode is all about just different snacks that are healthy and why they're healthy and why you should use those instead of a bag of chips. So there's some good ideas out there. That's half the battle sometimes, is just figuring out what to eat. So thanks for joining us today. Hopefully that was helpful. If you want more information, you can check out our website. There's tons of great information on there. It's mywifethedietitian.com. Also got a great weekly newsletter that you can join. That's free to sign up for that. There's a link for that on the website as well. And if you have questions for us, like our listener did today, you can email us at mywifethed@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure to follow us there, subscribe, however it works for each of those platforms. That would be fantastic. It would help us a whole lot, keep things in the spotlight for everyone else out there. And if you're liking the show, let us know. I love hearing your feedback. It helps us. I mean, it's nice to hear, but it also helps us, and it helps us know that we're on the right track with giving our listeners what they need, what they want to hear, and that sort of thing. So I love hearing your feedback and your ideas and your questions and all that stuff. It's all great stuff. And don't forget to share with your friends. That's another thing that's super helpful for us and your friend. So that's it for today. We'll be back on Thursday, our new day for Nutrition Nuggets, this Thursday. So until then, have a fantastic week. Thanks for joining us today on My Wife the Dietitian. If you like what you heard, don't be shy. Leave us a comment or review, and be sure to share our podcast with your friends. If you'd like to hear more, hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on our social media pages for updates, episode trailers, and other odds and ends. For more info and links on what we discussed on today's episode, check the show notes. We'll be back next week with another informative and fun-filled episode.